Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my podcast, Live Your Best Life Every Day. My name is Stefan Dajo, and today's topic is going to be low self-esteem, consequences and solutions. Now, did you know that about 85% of the world population is said to be suffering of low self-esteem? Now, that's quite a number. Let's get into it. Suffering from low self-esteem often originates from traumas, from abuse. It could be physical or emotional, But at the end of the day, these are things that we grew up with. It may come from a family environment or perhaps from certain relationship or interaction with certain people. But at the end of the day, low self-esteem gets hold of our thought process and mindset at some point in our lives. Now, how to get rid of it is what we're going to discuss today. And the first step towards getting rid of it is starting to acknowledge that you could be suffering from low self-esteem. In other words, you lack self-love or a certain level of self-love to the least. Because low self-esteem is associated with self-love, self-respect, and of course, self-esteem. And how do you know that at some point you lack those things, or perhaps the level in which you should have them is quite low? Your interaction with people, you have difficulties interacting with other people. You have difficulties fitting in a certain environment, or all of them all together, should I say. Because if we talk about social anxiety, at the end of the day, you don't fit in anywhere at all, right? Now, the next steps also are, you may find yourself not being able to nourish your relationships with people or your interaction with people. You may find it difficult to relate to other people, even within your family, for example. You may find it quite hard at some point because you always feel as a person who is undeserving of good things. You always feel like the person who's undeserving of love from others. You always feel like the person who's undeserving of happiness. That's one of the signs of low self-esteem. When you feel like whenever something bad happens to you, you deserved it or you earned it, that's again a sign of low self-esteem. And the problem with that, I'll tell you, is that by having that type of mindset or by suffering from this particular issue on a long run, we end up inviting and allowing the wrong people in our lives. Some of them being our highest predators, who are the narcissist-minded and personality people, or type of people, should I say, because they prey on whoever lacks self-esteem. They prey on that. And unfortunately, low self-esteem or the lack thereof manifests in every areas of our lives altogether. It's going to manifest in your work. It's going to manifest in your interaction with people. It's going to manifest within your family. It's going to manifest with your friendships and so on. And at the end of the day, it becomes toxic even to your own self. And believe it or not, the more times go by, the less people want to be around you. And even people who care for you will find it quite hard to be around you. That's how bad and how urgent it is for you to understand that suffering from low self-esteem is not a place to stay at. When you are aware of that, do something about it. Aim for self-mastery. Get some help if you need to. But at the end of the day, you have to move from there. So one of the first steps indeed is to acknowledge that you are suffering from low self-esteem. The second point is trying to find out or figuring out where it came from. If you can pinpoint that, then you can be able to understand clearly what was the trigger. Now, once the trigger has been defined, you can have your little list and start going through what I call behavioral changes. The things that you used to do in a particular way or your reaction to certain situations, you try to be Instead of being always apologetic about things in your way of expressing yourself, start being more assertive, more affirmative. Because, trust me, another sign of the people who suffer from low self-esteem is that they will apologize to you 1,000 times. They're going to make one mistake and apologize to you 1,000 times. But when you start knowing your self-worth through the exercise of mindset mastery, self-mastery, you begin to understand your self-worth. And when you do that, you gain now to understand that whatever it is that you have to bring on the table is what you have to bring on the table, and who you are is who you are. Now, going from there, you can only build something great. And you know and understand, and you start knowing and understand. You also get to know and understand that you deserve the best. You deserve what's great. And whenever something good comes your way, you've earned it. Self-love is a great thing. When you love yourself, you set yourself onto the highway to being happy. When you love yourself, you are confident. When you love yourself, you are proud of yourself. When you love yourself, you express yourself differently. You walk around with your shoulders held back, your head held high, and then when you walk, the walk is there. And when you walk, wherever you step is your own way. When you enter a room, you possess the room, you possess the atmosphere. A lot of unlearning has to be done for you to learn new habits. But the most important thing is to understand that you are a lovable person. You deserve love. You deserve what's good. You deserve what's great. You are amazing. And most importantly, I want to remind you of something. Doesn't matter what you were told. Doesn't matter what you've been through. The traumatizing experience that you've gone through. You are a strong person. You can do it. You can achieve it. And let nobody put you in a place or in a mindset that fits their ignorance. Many people are going to try to come to you, trying to project their insecurities, their ignorance on you, trying to keep you at a place that makes sense for them to understand you. Meanwhile, that's not who you are. That's not what you have to bring on the table. That has nothing to do with the core of what makes you you. And if you don't know yourself, you will accept that as an identity. If you don't know yourself, you will take that up as a profile. But when you know yourself, you understand that this person is just trying to manipulate me. When you know yourself, you understand that this person is just trying to make sure I stay where I am so that they can feel good about themselves as per where they are at right now. But guess what? We've come to break that. And I've come to tell you this. You can grow from where you are. You are not what other people say that you are. You are who you know that you are. And that person is a strong person. Is a capable person. Somebody with potential and high level of capabilities. That's who you are. So wake up. Wake up. Start loving yourself. Carry yourself around as if you have a gold mine digging in your backyard. Like Maya Angelou once said. It's not about what you have physically. It's about who you know that you are that can make those things come true. Now, you may not be where you are at yet. You may not have what other people may deem for you to have in order for them to consider you as this or that. But guess what? When you know that you have the potential for it, when you know that you have the capability for it, and when you know that you can establish that, because I always say this, what your mind was able to conceive, you definitely have what it takes to achieve. So run with that. Run with that. You deserve what's good. You also deserve to be great. Run with that. You are strong. You are amazing. In fact, you are fantastic. Everything you want will eventually come to you at a particular time and place. Now, it may not come the way that you expect. It may not come in the alignment you expect it to come. But eventually, you will attract whatever it is that you focus on. So stop listening to the people who are telling you that you don't deserve to be happy. Stop listening to the people who are blaming you without intention of teaching you something. Stop listening to the people who are telling you that you cannot. Meanwhile, I'm telling you that you can. You were created to make a difference. And you do that through a certain purpose. So attach purpose to your vision. Attach purpose to everything that you do or you want to engage in. Attach purpose to that and see what happens. Low self-esteem happened because of something that happened to you. But now you have the choice. Are you going to stay there? Or are you going to move forward? I've given you the steps. The call is yours. Stay blessed.